In this screencast, I'm going to show how to use an interactive simulation that calculates the velocity of a falling object as a function of time. Give the link here for the simulation and then show a snapshot here. And the idea is we're dropping some object either from the top of the Washington Monument in Washington, D.C. So we can either pick a custom object and therefore we can control the drag coefficient, the mass, or the cross-section area, or we can pick a soccer ball and other objects and then those values are fixed by the properties of what we've chosen. And then what we calculate is velocity as a function of time. And then it gives us various numbers such as the drag force and the force of gravity and the acceleration. So let's look at this interactive simulation. So here I've selected soccer ball, and then the appropriate values, which we can't change now, are given for the mass and the cross-sectional area, the drag coefficient. When I click start, now I can pause anytime, but what it's doing is calculating the velocity, and you notice we're approaching steady state value. I can change the speed if I reset. So let's reset so it'll go a little faster. So make it faster than the actual time. And now I start the ball. And the simulation will go until the ball hits the ground. But you can see it's reached a constant velocity. The force of gravity is drag force are the same. And this 9.3 meters per second is the velocity when it hits the ground. If I reset, I can instead pick a parachutist. And again, I'll speed this up, make it easier to quickly watch the behavior. Well, you can see very quickly that reached a steady state value, but it takes, of course, a while before it hits the ground. And then I can pick custom and pick cross-sectional areas. Let's say a large drag coefficient. And again, let's do it quickly. So you can see we've reached where the drag force and the force of gravity are the same, so therefore we're at constant velocity. So hopefully it gives you a better idea of how drag affects something moving, in this case through air, and is being accelerated by gravity until it reaches its final velocity.